Hey guys, at the expense of having rain and so forth and no microphone in this video, I'm just going to give you a quick commentary here. Now, I did this twice with my microphone on in front of a green screen, and I realized I wasn't recording the whole time I was talking. I tried to do 2 takes. But anyway, I'm going to play a video clip, or it's an audio clip, from Sheep Show and doing his First Amendment audit. Now, he went out to the church in Chino where SGV News First and Pero Libre Audits was arrested. And he was talking to a guy there. He was a pretty decent guy. I think he showed Christian attributes, the guy. He was really nice, speaking with Sheep Show. And here's a small snippet of an audio portion that I want to play for you because I can't help it. I gotta comment on this.
I have a serious problem with the church.
Sure.
I have a serious problem with people who profess to be Christian and you don't do any, I'm not saying you specifically, I'm saying the church.
Yeah.
You don't do anything that remotely resembles what Christ would do. And I get a lot of flack because see, I call cops pigs that are bad. There's no better representation of a bad cop than a pig. I believe if Jesus Christ were right here today, he would call a bad cop a pig. Just like he called the scribes and the Pharisees in his church poisonous vipers, because he knew that, and there's no greater insult than calling them snakes, because they were pious, and vipers represent evil. They represent Satan.
As a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, I don't believe that's true, Sheep Show. I disagree with you. I don't think that Jesus the Christ would come back today and call those cops pigs. I don't think he would. Because if you look in the New Testament, anytime there's a reference to pigs, like a direct reference to pigs in the New Testament, it's usually associated with devils or the dark spiritual realm, demons. When Jesus the Christ sends legion into the pigs, they go in the sea and they drown and kill themselves, because pigs won't put up with devils that some people will. But that's the only time they use pigs is associated with devils. He calls those Pharisees and them poisonous vipers because in the opinion of the Christ, they were, poisoning people's minds with this holier than thou, devout, we are Pharisees of the Mosaic law. We are men of God, not this Christ who, and he was saying, you guys are as poisonous vipers. You're poisoning people with your message. That's kind of what he was saying. So if he was here today, I don't think he would call those cops pigs. I think he was more about love than anything. Of course he got mad. He went in the temple where they were gambling and playing the lottery, and he overturned the tables. That means he flipped them. He shoved them over. He said, you're in a house. Get out of here. I'm not trying to preach. I'm trying to make a point here on Sheep Show's comment. I have to defend, my Savior. I'm sorry, this doesn't happen a lot. This is just something that it bugged me when he said that. But now I don't agree with the audit that SGV and PLA were doing. I don't agree with that church audit. But at the same time, I think they were unlawfully arrested by the Chino Police Department. I don't think that was a lawful arrest. I think they took a law or penal codes and they tweaked them to their own understanding so that they could use them against these guys, because they're out here recording churches. They were tired of being called out here on these First Amendment auditors. We're gonna arrest them now. And they did it, I believe, unlawfully. But so I think if Jesus was here today, he would probably talk to them. He would tell them, you guys were wrong. You know you were wrong. You know you're wrong. And he would tell them he would correct them. But I don't think he would say, y'all are pigs. He might say y'all are like poisonous vipers. But then you know what? We're talking about Jesus the Christ. He might also talk to SGV and say, you know what? You were not doing right to those people of God. You weren't doing right. You know you weren't. You know it's wrong. Come on. But it wasn't criminal. They shouldn't have been arrested. I don't know. What do you all think? You agree with me or what? What does Sheep Show think?